Hello. A very good evening to all. Welcome to the first interactive session of the course on Introduction to Aerospace Engineering/Flight. I hope you are able to see the screen. Kindly confirm. So the contents of today's interaction session are threefold. We will take up some questions which were asked on the discussion forum. Then we will open up the floor for live questions. And then in the end, I have a couple of interesting announcements for you. Let's start with the questions asked by the students on the discussion forum. The first question is the one that is taken from a lot of students are saying that the assignment problems are difficult to solve and not covered in the lectures. So please note that in this course, the assignment problems are not going to be simply direct questions from what you watch in the videos, but all the formulae which are discussed in the lectures, only those formulae have been used to create the assignment problems. And also please note that you are expected to go beyond the videos of the class. The accompanying textbook for this course is the book by Professor J.D. Anderson, Introduction to Flight. So you are expected to actually go through that book along with the lectures. Almost the entire syllabus is covered in that textbook. So if you think that you can clear this course and do the assignment simply by listening to the audio or watching the videos, that will not be sufficient. You have to go a little bit beyond that. Secondly, there is a request to provide lecture notes. Now, I'm sorry, there are no course notes for this particular course. However, transcripts of what I speak have been created, and these transcripts can be referred by students. They can act like course notes. Okay, so there is no textbook or a course note along with this course. The first technical question is why large aircraft have undermount engine configuration, but small jets don't. For that, we first have to realize what is the application of large aircraft as against small jets. Large aircraft are actually used by airlines to transport a large number of passengers and cargo, whereas small jets are usually used by businessmen or by companies for transporting small number of people or for personal transportation. So for airlines which use large aircraft, by providing a engine mounted below the wings, you provide what is called as a relief in the wing bending moment. As you can see in this small animation on the right hand side, the wing of an aircraft undergoes a large amount of flexure or bending because of the aerodynamic load acting on the wing or the lift load acting on the wing. So if you suspend the engines below the wings, you are creating load which is opposing the flexing of the wing. Okay, so this is equivalent to reducing the load of acting on the wings, or the wings are going to be loaded lesser than what they would be if the engines were mounted somewhere else. So this gives what is called as the wing bending moment relief, and that results in weight savings, considerable weight savings. Therefore, all large transport aircraft have either 2 or 4 engines mounted below the wings. Another important point is that large aircraft tend to be also very high from the ground. And therefore, if you mount the engines below the wings, it will become easy for the maintenance personnel to access the engines for maintenance. There is a requirement for inspection of the engine before each departure, as well as regular cleaning of the engine is required. So if it is easy to access the engines, maintenance becomes much more affordable and easy. In the case of small size jets, which are dominant for business class, if you provide or if you mount the engines below the wings, because they are low in height, there will be a problem in clearing the ground. From safety point of view, there is a requirement that there should be a minimum 1.5 feet gap, 18 inches gap between any fixed part of the aircraft and the ground. So if you mount engines below the wings for a small aircraft, you may have problems of ground clearance. And secondly, in such aircraft, the passengers are very much sensitive to the noise in the cabin. So it is preferred that the engines are mounted behind the passenger cabin, generally on the sides of the fuselage, to lower the cabin noise, especially in business jets. And that's why we don't mount them below the wing. Now we will go for the questions in the live session, for which I'm just going to switch over to the live session. And okay, so I think I can take a few of the live questions which are there. Okay. Right. So Madhu has a question that he's not able to understand those numericals. Can you discuss them? So yes, if you have any questions regarding the numericals, you can definitely consult the teaching assistant. Madhu also wants to know that he or she is currently pursuing electrical engineering, but want to study aerospace. I am aspiring GATE and so attending this course. Should I continue? So Madhu, my advice to you will be that you would be appearing in the GATE examination for electrical engineering. If you want to, you don't have to give GATE examination in aerospace engineering to do aerospace MTech. Okay. You can appear in the GATE examination for electrical engineering, and based on the score, you are still eligible to appear in the aerospace department. This is a wrong notion people have, that to get admission for MTech in aerospace engineering, you have to give GATE in aerospace. No, you can give GATE in mechanical or electrical or civil, whatever branch you are studying. You don't have to really appear for GATE in aerospace. So do this course if you are interested to get a general overview about aerospace engineering, but don't worry about GATE, because you will not be giving GATE in aerospace engineering. You will be giving GATE in electrical engineering. Okay, so the floor is open for any questions. As Shashwat has mentioned, you can type in your questions and I'll be happy to answer them. Sanket Bhatt has a very interesting question about current advancements going on in the field of aerospace. Can you discuss few of them? Yes. Aerospace engineering is a field that is constantly evolving and always at the cutting edge of technology. Advancements are happening in all the areas, whether it is space exploration or it is in the area of reducing the environmental footprint of aviation. So mostly the developments in this field nowadays are more in the area of how can we reduce the noise level, the emission levels, and the disturbance that is caused to the environment because of aviation. So we're looking at alternative types of power plants, electrical propulsion, hydrogen-based propulsion. We are looking for less emissions. We're looking at synthetic fuels. This is one area which broadly comes under sustainable or non-polluting aviation. The other constant pursuit is of reducing the operating cost by reducing the drag of the aircraft. Because a very large part, approximately 35 to 40% of the operating cost of an aircraft is the fuel cost. And fuel is becoming very expensive. As you all know, we are also feeling the pinch of high fuel prices, even for our domestic two-wheelers and three-wheelers. The cost of petrol and diesel, has crossed nearly 100 rupees per liter. Similarly, the cost of aviation fuel is also increasing because the conventional aviation fuel is nothing but refined kerosene. And that is also very expensive. Aviation gasoline is very expensive. So there is an attempt by designers to come up with configurations which will have lower and lower drag. Also, in the field of space exploration, we are trying to explore domains which we have never seen, never gone before. India recently had a very successful Mars orbital mission, and we are also gearing up towards exploring other planets. There is a plan to actually set up colonies in the surface of Mars, where the human beings from the Earth will be transported. So a lot of people are working on developing sustainable transportation systems which will be used on Mars. We are also working on some projects related to exploration of the atmosphere of Venus using novel aeronautical systems, balloon-based systems, or buoyancy-based systems. So the field of aerospace engineering is a constantly evolving field. It is very difficult to list down all the areas, but if you have any specific interest in a particular area, you can mention that, and I would like to add a few comments in that area. Thank you, Sanket, for asking such an interesting question. Although it's an open-ended question, but still it's a very relevant and a very appropriate question, especially from a student of Introduction to Aerospace Engineering. It shows that you are really keen and excited about the field. Okay, friends, the floor is open for any other question. I'm waiting for the questions. Devansh Vishwakarma has a question that he is currently pursuing BTech from mechanical second year and want to clear GATE from aerospace. I want knowledge and don't want to do MTech for it. So going with these lectures are good for me. So if you are a student of mechanical engineering, Devansh, I don't understand what is the need for you to appear for GATE in aerospace engineering. Madhu, you don't have to appear for GATE in aerospace engineering at all. You have to appear for GATE only in electrical engineering. Similarly, I'd like to tell Devansh, you don't need to appear for GATE in aerospace engineering. Why are you assuming that if you want to do MTech in aerospace, you have to appear for GATE in aerospace engineering? No, you can appear for GATE in mechanical engineering, which is your basic subject, and you will still be eligible. In fact, close to 40-50% of the students of MTech in my institute, in my department, they are non-aerospace MTech. In fact, the course which you are undergoing, this course is conducted for all the fresh MTech students when they come in. Okay, so you don't have to give GATE in aerospace engineering if you want to do MTech in aerospace. Let me repeat. Okay. So attend this course and attend these lectures if you are interested about aerospace engineering, but you are not required to. You are not required to. You are not required to give gate in this. There is a question about little difficulty in solving the problems of week 1 problems in ISA and altitude pressure calculation. So look, if you look at the, I don't know whether you have read the corresponding chapter from the book on Introduction to Flight. If you have done that, then you will be able to get. And if you need problem solving session, please talk to the teaching assistants, and they are going to help you out. So we have teaching assistant only for that purpose. There is a question about we use a Mercury engine and alter our plane according to generate more lift in less fuel. It's very easy. See, there is a lot of discussion about Mercury-based engine, but practically speaking, it's not very easy to construct such an engine. Okay, so you don't. It may sound very easy and very exciting. Okay. So in every lecture, we have 2-3 questions which students are asked to put detailed answer of these questions on Moodle page. We want interactive session to be conducted. So why don't you ask the questions here? Why don't you ask the questions here? See, I'm here for you. I'm here for an hour. If you have questions, you ask them and we will try to answer them. Okay. So one question was why process within the petrostatic tube should be isentropic? How will you prove that the process follow will be close to isentropic? So first of all, an isentropic process is a reversible adiabatic process. And if the process is not isentropic, then you will not get the full recovery of the pressure. And therefore, you will not be able to get total pressure. And therefore, the reading that you will get will be wrong. Okay. So that is the reason why you need to have the process isentropic. Now, it is very difficult to determine whether the process will be close to isentropic. It's not very easy to really confirm that. There will be some small minor errors, and yeah, because of that, you should have that particular thing. Okay, keep going.
चेक कर पुढे जातंय का चेक कर तो पूर्ण करून मॅडम स्पॉट वरती येते सेट्स कमी you can start.
Okay, so I think there was some technical issue, and we apologize for the inconvenience because we had no control on that. I would ask Noman to confirm on the chat that now I am audible and visible. I'll start speaking after that only. Okay, thank you, Noman, for the confirmation. So there was a question by Devansh about the discontinuation of Airbus A380 production by Airbus. Yes, that is true. Recently, Airbus company took a decision that they will stop the future production of Airbus A380 because they realized that it was not making any commercial success. When they started the program, they were expecting that screen is okay because my face is not visible. So they realized that somehow their plans are not working properly and the aircraft is not selling that much because it's a very large aircraft. So when aircraft designers design a product, they work on some assumptions, and sometimes those assumptions are true and sometimes those assumptions are false. Okay, so it so happened that it so happened that the assumption made by Airbus company were such that the aircraft was not selling, and if it doesn't sell, then it doesn't become commercially viable. So that's the reason why they discontinued. Okay, so since we are back, we can continue with further questions. Okay, so get your questions coming, please. Streamlines and path lines are the same for a uniform flow. Sanket, I'd like to know why you think that in steady flow and uniform flow, the question should be for steady uniform flow. Yash Verma has again repeated the same question. He has passed 12th and he wants to do MS. And I mentioned, I was actually speaking that there is no need today to go abroad for doing an MS in aerospace engineering after completing BTech in India, because there are so many good institutes which already offer a nice and well-established MTech program. Moreover, you will not probably get any financial scholarship to go for a master's abroad. And then you have to end up spending a lot of money. So therefore, I think it is not necessary for people to go abroad for MS only and only if you get full financial support from a university, which is very unlikely but not impossible. Then, of course, I have no objections. But going abroad for masters by paying tuition fee from your own side and not getting financial support is not at all advisable according to me. Okay, Sanket, we'll have a look at the question and we will see if the answer is wrong, we will correct it. Srinath has asked a question that why airplanes larger than Antonov are not available. They can be used for bulk cargo transport. Srinath, that is what you think, that larger aircraft might be better. But remember, larger aircraft have also got to have runways to support them and the airports to accommodate them. So for transporting larger quantity of cargo, people are now thinking of using what is called as cargo airships. They are considered to be more promising compared to aircraft because aircraft consume a large amount of fuel, and airships, on the other hand, can do that particular task with much lesser amount of fuel consumption. So yes, my advice to you will be explore the best available within the country and then go abroad only if you are not able to get what you want in the country. Then you can go. I also went abroad for my PhD because I wanted to do PhD in a specific area of aircraft design, which was not so easy, not available in the country. Therefore, I went abroad. I first started to do my PhD in India only, but then I was not able to continue. So therefore, I had to go abroad. So when you have a reason like that, it is okay to go abroad. But simply to go abroad for higher studies when the facilities are available in the country is not a good idea. The only exception is if you get a full scholarship, then no problem. Then there is no problem at all. But it should be a full scholarship, including your tuition fee, including your expenses. You should not spend from your pocket, because when you do MTech in India, funded through MHRD, you will get a scholarship that will be enough for you to take care of all your expenses. And after graduation, depending on parents or any other person for financial support or taking a loan is not advisable. A PhD, on the other hand, is a good option because PhDs are normally fully funded. So PhD is not a bad idea. And you can get a fully funded PhD. If you do a good undergraduate course in India, some universities are ready to offer you a fully funded PhD program. That is a good idea, but not for MS. Sanket, the main purpose of ventral fin is not to enhance stability in yaw, but stability in roll. And such doubts can also be asked in the discussion forum, right? You don't have to wait for the interaction session for asking such doubts. Essentially, lateral stability, that is the correct answer. They are mainly enhancing the lateral stability of the aircraft, which is the stability in yaw. Sorry, roll. Sanket, as I mentioned to you, if you have any questions with the assignment, if you have doubts in the assignment, you put them in this discussion forum. We will sit together, have a look at it, and then we will give the resolution. Okay, this session is basically meant for interacting with the faculty member and asking queries. Srinath has a question. Why can't we use nuclear powered engines in aircraft? Yes, we have tried, but the safety of the nuclear power plant, especially in case there is a crash of the aircraft, is very, very difficult to justify. So from safety point of view, unfortunately, people are not confident enough to use nuclear power plants. But it has been tried. Okay, let's move ahead. So Sanket, you have shown a video regarding static port issue and leads to crashing, but we have at least 5 to 6 ports and we generally look at the average value. Okay, you're talking about what is happening today, these days, but in that accident that was discussed in the classroom, we did not have such multiple backups. So yes, what you say is right. Today, we are using average value from multiple ports so that in case one particular port or one particular system is not working properly, it doesn't lead to crash or any wrong readings. But that was not the case many years ago. So we have around 15 minutes remaining. You can ask for more questions. Yes, wants to know about internship and job opportunities for college students in this field. So yes, internships are available in aerospace engineering in almost all the institutes where it is offered. And job opportunities are also quite attractive, provided you are equipped to handle the technicalities of the job and you are properly trained in the subject. Remember that most of the students who do not who do an aerospace engineering course, they may not actually end up in aerospace engineering, but that doesn't matter. Their knowledge and their expertise is useful for several branches and several areas. Okay, I will have a look at now. I will continue with the presentation because there were some things which were uh, pending. So let me go back to my. Okay, so I want to talk to you about an event which has been organized. 1 minute. I would like to share my screen and okay. So there is an event which is conducted by the Aeronautical Society of India, two divisions, the Design Division and Mumbai branch, which is the National Aerospace Conceptual Design Competitions, or NACDEC in short. This competition essentially is open to team of students of aerospace or aeronautical engineering. You can create a team of 5 people, only one team per institution and one faculty mentor. So the competition is launched somewhere in mid-September and the final round is held in mid-August. So it goes for around 11 months. There are series of evaluations. There is an initial concept report, then there is a midterm report, then there is a final design report, and finally you have the final presentation round. The total prize money for this competition so far was rupees 45,000 till year. But next year, this amount is going to go up drastically because 2 other organizations are joining hands to take part in NACDEC. What is the aim of NACDEC? The aim of NACDEC is to encourage and nurture the activities of conceptual design. And we would like students to have a first-hand feel of how an aerospace system is designed. We want them to experience a cycle right from conceptualization to the design, and we want to make the students ready for the industry. Somebody asked a question about what is the job opportunities in this area. So when we speak to the industry, they say that we need good aerospace engineers, but the ones that are available to us don't know what we need. So therefore, through an interaction with the industry experts using webinars, we try to increase the employability and knowledge of the engineers. We create a dedicated WhatsApp group for communication and doubt clearing, and there is also an email account. So this is what I had in mind to show you today. Thank you so much. We will again go back to the discussion round. Okay, I think there are some more questions now. Learning aerospace engineering. चल रहा है अभी session. What is visible on the screen? I don't know. Not the slide. So there is a question about learning aerospace essential to become scientist in agencies like ISRO. Doing BTech in mechanical can help or not? Devansh, there is no need for you to do only aeronautical engineering if you want to become a scientist in ISRO, because there are several problems which do not necessarily require an aerospace engineering background. Although knowledge is always useful, but there are so many people in ISRO, HAL, NAL, DRDO who are not aerospace engineers, who are good mechanical engineers, good electrical engineers, and they are able to contribute to the various programs. Okay. Devansh wants to know that being a mechanical engineering student, can I do job and internship in aerospace field after learning aerospace from NPTEL? The answer is yes. Definitely you can get internships and jobs. In fact, Devansh, if you do well in this course and other NPTEL courses, you will actually get an internship funded by NPTEL. NPTEL offers internships to the toppers of the course, and they ask the instructor whether they would like to offer internship to some toppers, and generally some instructors do it. Okay. For example, the teaching assistant, Mr. Namanuddin, he actually topped this course and he came for internship in IIT Bombay to work with me. And now he's a teaching assistant for the same course. So similarly, the top few students of the NPTEL are offered internship by NPTEL. And also, if you do well in the NPTEL course of a professor, and when you approach the person for internship, there is a very good chance that they will be happy to give you the internship. So friends, we have only about 8-9 minutes remaining. This is the last chance for you to ask your questions and queries. I have one more session at 5 o'clock for another course, which I am covering in NPTEL this year. So therefore, I will have to stop this meeting definitely a few minutes before 5 o'clock. Okay, if there are no more questions, then I think we can stop the session. Okay, I'm going to wind up the session now. Thank you so much.